Done, girls? Wait a minute. Like, do you people? I think you people are in India, so I don't think you people will be having your notebook. Is it?
Ma'am, I bought some notebooks.
Okay.
Ma'am, even I.
Okay, okay, great then. Okay, I just completely forgot. You know, in case of this situation, you can be very frank with me, ma'am. We don't have anything right now. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just start. Okay, so over here, before I starting any chapter, you know the formula, we will be discussing the syllabus. So over here, we will be doing that. The unit name is Development Experience 1947 to till. So we will be dividing into two parts. One is where we will be doing, basically, I will be dividing this chapter into three parts. Okay. So first is where a brief introduction of state and economic will be given, a 5-year will be given to you. And after that, Indian economic system and the common goals, 5 years plans and all that. Then main feature problem of policies of agriculture and all that we'll be doing. And after that, we will be doing the economic reform sense. So what you will do, you will just put unit number 1 and you will write the syllabus till here. Okay, these are the things we need to study for the and this unit. I have divided this unit into two parts. One is the development experience 1947 to 1990, and then economic reform since 1991. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Quickly write it down. Girls don't write this economic reform, write till here only. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Not done.
Okay. Both of you done? Ritika, you are also done? Okay, okay. Okay, so let's just start with the chapter. Okay, so your first chapter is Indian economy on the eve of independence. Okay, after this, basically, the thing is that, ma'am, why we are studying about this on the eve of independence? So I hope you people know what is eve. Eve is basically on the, like, for example, tomorrow is your birthday, so today is your eve. Advent of, you can say, right? So birthday eve we can say, New Year eve we say, Christmas eve we say, like that, right? So this is basically that. And in and around independence, what was the condition of Indian economy? So just the gist of this chapter, why we are studying about this Indian economy. So see, this book is all about Indian economy. So we have to study about the Indian economic development. Like, okay, if I am researching about you, so I should know about your history, I should know about your present, I should know what you are doing in your future, right? So that's why only then I can give you a proper closure that, okay, this is all biodata about this particular country or any particular object, right? So that's why we are studying all this. So now what happened? The structure of present, for example, you got 20, from 20, you got 18 marks. How will I judge it whether you improved, whether you degraded, what? For example, earlier, until and unless I don't know about your past, that earlier you used to score 15. So this is an improvement for you. But earlier you used to score 20 on 20. So this is a degradation for you. So that's why the knowing about the past is very, very important. So the structure of India's present day economy has its roots deep in the period when India was under British rule. So India was under the British rule, and over here it lasted for 2 centuries before India finally won its independence on 15 August 1947. Okay, so over here, this was the thing. So for one marker, it comes like when India got independence. So India got independence in 1947, 15 August. Then over here, now why we are studying about Indian economy, like on the eve of independence. See, an understanding of Indian economy before independence is necessary to know and appreciate the level of economic development achieved during the post-independence period, that is over the last 7 decades. Clear? So you will just put the name of the chapter, and after that you will write this one. When India got independence from the Britishers, you will only like one marker, 15 August 1947. Then why we are studying about this chapter? Why we are studying about India on the eve of independence? So see, because of this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So first I do now chapter number 1, Indian economy on the eve of independence. Then I'll scroll it up a little bit because it will be. Then you have to write when India got independence. So this is your answer. Then you will form other question. Why studying about Indian economy on the eve of independence is important? So I'll scroll it down. So you'll write. You just have to write some things over here. Why studying about Indian economy on the eve of independence is important.
Done now.
Okay. Now, next one. This. I hope you know the question.
Yes. Ma'am, could you repeat the question once more?
Yes. So you will write why studying or understanding. You can write it from here only. Why understanding of the Indian economy before independence is necessary. Right? You can write it live so that you can start your answer from here. Whatever you feel like, or you can write why studying about India on the eve of independence is important, like that.
Okay, ma'am. I'm done. Ma'am, done.
Okay. Now coming to the next part, let's just start with the thing. So over here, the thing is that during the Indian independence, like on the eve of independence, there was a low level of economic development under the colonial rule. So obviously, before the independence, India was under the British control, right? So how was the situation? There was low level of economic development under the colonial rule. Clear? So if in one marker they ask you, what was the condition of Indian economy on the eve of independence or under the colonial rule, we will write there was a low level of economic development. Okay. So now the question is, ma'am, okay, you are saying that during the British rule or under the British rule, there was basically low level. So tell me, before that, like before the British came, what was the condition of India? So at that time, India had an independent economy. See, during the colonial rule or under the colonial rule, it was low level, but before the Britisher came or before the colonial rule, India had the independent economy. Clear? So at that time, what was the situation? Agriculture was the main source of livelihood for people, yet country's economy was characterized by various kind of manufacturing activities, right? And also, so at that time, most of the people were engaged in agriculture, right? And over here, there were few other type of manufacturing industries as well. And plus, India was famous for its handicraft in a very good way, right? So now India was well known for its handicraft industry in the field of cotton, silk, textile, metal, precious stonework, etc. Now the question is, okay, ma'am, India was popular, but why India was popular? What was that? See, everyone is producing the same thing. For example, bakers, everyone is baking the cake, but there will be one particular shop which is very famous, right? So of course, their taste is smell. They are using the good quality of breads and the cherries and all that, the sauces and all that. Similarly, these products, like the Indian handicraft products, enjoyed a worldwide market because of, first, the reputation of the fine quality of material used and the high standard of craftsmanship. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So now over here, what happened? Now focus of so from here, 3 questions are being made. So every time you have to write because we have to prepare in every way. So first one marker is that how was the condition of Indian economy under the colonial rule? It was low. Then what was the condition of India economy before the advent of British rule? So India had an independent economy, and over here agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most of the people. Yet country's economy was characterized by various kind of manufacturing activities, right? So now next question will be, why India is well known for its handicraft industry? So India was well known for this, and the reason are this. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So okay, so let me just write the question. Just give so that you people can copy it, right? You want me to write the questions?
Ma'am, it's fine if you even to repeat it.
You can write.
yes, ma'am, is right.
So yeah, so over here, what was the condition of Indian economy under the colonial rule? Then what was the condition of Indian economy before the advent of British rule? So you will first write this. India had an independent economy, right? And then agriculture was the main source till here. Then why India was well known for its handicraft industries, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, could you repeat the second question?
Which one? First?
No, ma'am, the second one.
Second one, what was the condition of Indian economy before the advent of British rule? So you will write India had an independent economy, right? And agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most of the people, yet the country economy was characterized by various kind of manufacturing activities. Okay? Clear? Not clear?
No, ma'am, it's clear.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Okay.
But
Okay. Now the next is focus of the economic policies. Focus of the economic policies pursued by the colonial government in India. Okay. So over here, of course, when colonial government was there, right? So they need to divide the few things and they need to just give me 1 minute, girls. Okay, so sorry, guys. Okay. Now over here, see, if you people are under me, of course, I will impose my policies on you that you have to do this, you have to do that, like that, right? So over here, whatever policies the colonial government made, of course, they have the main motive. For example, I am giving you a timetable that you have to wake up at 6 o'clock, then 8 o'clock, you have to do revision like that. So why I am doing it? Because I want to improve your marks, right? But for the colonial government, whatever policies they made it because they wanted to do something else. Their main motive for every policy was this, very, very important. The economic policies pursued by colonial government in India were concerned more with protection and promotion of economic interests of their home country than with the development of Indian economy. Now listen to it very carefully. See, what the Britishers were doing basically, the main motive was that okay, we need to enhance the things and we need to protect our country, right? So what they, for example, they want to construct the things like they want to have a railway bridge in their country, right? So or they want to have something in their country. So what they were doing, they were basically taking all the material from India. Okay, the wood, the raw material, everything from India, and there they were making the things. Like for example, the furniture they made it over there, right? And after making it, they were selling it. For example, the piece of wood is for 10 rupees. Once it is transformed into furniture, that will be for 1,000 rupees, right? So somewhere what they are doing, they are protecting their country because they are not destroying their trees. They are destroying Indian economy trees, right? And then they were promoting it. Once they are making it the furniture, they were selling it everywhere, and they are promoting their own country, that okay, our country made it like this. So whatever policies they made, their their more concern was that every concern was that they will protect their country and they will promote their economic interests of their home countries only. They don't have any concern related to the development of Indian economy. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the next one, impact of these policies on Indian economy. So over here, whatever policies they made, of course, they will have some impact on Indian economy, right? So first of all, what happened? Such policy brought about a fundamental change in the structure of Indian economy, right? So they almost changed everything in India. Now what happened? India became a supplier of raw material. India was the only country that was supplying raw material, not to everyone, only to the home country of Britishers. And it became consumer of the finished industrial product from the Britain. Now what is happening? For example, Britishers were taking wood from India. They were making furniture over there and they were selling it in India. So now India is a supplier of raw material and the consumer of the finished good produced by the Britain. Clear? So they have earlier India was selling the handicraft and all that. So India was a supplier. But now India was a consumer and supplier of a raw material only. I hope it's clear, the first point. Right?
yes,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And over here, the colonial government never made any sincere attempt to estimate India's national income and per capita income. So this See, for example, I am teaching you. My main concern will be whenever you are giving a test, I'll ask you what is your score, right? So the score is why the score is important, because I want to check your progress. That okay, I'll compare it. That okay, next text you are getting this like that, right? But here, colonial government never focused on the GDP, national income of India, because they were not interested in increasing the national income or per capita income of India, right? So over here, however, most of the study found that countries' growth rate of aggregate real GDP during the first half of 20th century was only less than 2%. Out of 100, it was only less than 2% per year, and per capita real GDP was 0.5% per year. I already told you the real capital and the real GDP part, right? In your national income. So this is worse basically. So you can see it was a worse condition India was having, but still they didn't bother about it, right? So now, first of all, you will write what was the focus of the economic policies pursued by colonial government in India. Then you will write this, and then you will write what are the impact of these policies on Indian economy. Then first point, second point till here, and after that from here till here. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Manisha.
No, this roll, huh?
Okay, okay.
Random.
Okay, girls, done.
Done.
Okay, Ritika, are you also done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's just move to the next part. So sometimes in one marker they ask you what is muslin, right? So muslin is basically a type of cotton textile which has its origin in Bengal, right? So you will write this, and this is the finest variety of muslin, and you will write this. So the final variety of muslin is called malwal. Clear? So sometimes basically they ask you what is muslin, and people are not aware, ma'am, what is muslin. It's something, it's a cotton textile, and it started origin from the Bengal. And the finest variety of muslin is this. So you will give a heading muslin, which is a type of, or you will write what is muslin. So your muslin is a type of till here, and then the finest variety of muslin is called malwal. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
One more.
Done, guys.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, after this, you will write name. The question will be name some notable economists who estimated India's national income and per capita income during the colonial period. So, name some till here question, and then you from here you can write anything, any two, three. Okay, the other Bainar, JRC, Desai, whatever you think you can remember. For one marker from this, one marker comes, so we have to prepare one marker as well as long answers.
Done.
1 month.
Okay. Now coming to the next part. The question is, ma'am, agriculture sector. We will discuss about every sector, agriculture, industries and all that, right? So over here, what was the condition of agriculture sector under the British colonial rule? So Indian economy under British colonial rule remained fundamentally agrarian. About 85% of the country's population lived mostly in villages and derived livelihood directly or indirectly from the agriculture, right? So this was the condition basically. But at that time, low agriculture productivity was there during this, right? So over here, what was happening? Under the British colonial rule, so though the absolute terms, the agriculture sector experienced some growth due to expansion of aggregate area under cultivation. However, the production became low. The agriculture sector continued to this. This is important. So what you will write? First, you will write what is the condition. What was the condition of agriculture sector under the British colonial rule? Then you will write India's economy was here, people were dependent. Then you will write this. The agriculture sector continued to experience stagnation. Stagnation is there is no growth, or if in case there is some growth, it is too little to be counted. And deterioration, like earlier they were producing 1 kg, now they are only producing half kg. So deterioration, despite the fact that the largest section of India's population depended on it for the sustenance, right? You can say 85% of the population was on agriculture. Still, the condition of agriculture was worse. Okay. So the question will be, what was the condition of Indian agriculture sector under the British colonial rule? Then first point till here and the second point this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.